All right, welcome to the podcast, The Realest Hours. My name is Rami, and here today I'm with my squad. We got Will,
Yo.
we got Steve,
Yeah.
and we got Chad the bum.
Vampire.
Yeah. Why you gotta do that, kid? Why you gotta start
But yeah, so
What's the love?
today's episode is actually on a serious topic, police brutality, and we're going to talk a little bit about the death of George Floyd, which did spark a lot going on today. On Monday, May 25th, 2020, around the times of 8 to 8:30 p.m., an officer responded to a report of forgery in the process at 3759 Chicago Avenue South. When they arrived, they encountered Floyd, identified as a suspect in his car. The officer ordered Floyd out of his vehicle, that he physically resisted the officers. Floyd was handcuffed. Then, in bystander video, shows the process of him getting pinned down by officers, and with one officer keeping his knee on his neck till he lost consciousness and eventually died from the lack of oxygen.
The autopsy says he died from underlying conditions.
Underlying conditions. I'm not even gonna, because I just got tight. But his death was confirmed around 9:25 p.m. I'm not gonna even read the rest because they called it a medical incident, my ass. But yeah, so I want to just collect your guys' thoughts on that. I guess I'll pick. Oh, you know what, Steve, you have the honors.
Fuck the police.
Honestly, uh, you know, as much as I want peace in this world and everything to go like rainbows and butterflies, that's just not how it is.
Yeah,
And
fact.
Man, not in this world, man. We're tired. We're sick and tired of this, man. It's a never-ending cycle, bro.
Yep.
never.
It's honestly so sad. It's sad to fucking watch everything happening.
Mm.
And the-
Yeah.
and all the major cities are up in riots and looting and all that. It just shows
Well,
you just got pushed to the limit.
the looting is the white people that are doing that. We're just showing up for peaceful protests, and it's either undercover cops or just like a bunch of like white teenagers, just like, oh, protest. That means we can start looting and setting shit on fire. That's how it's always been.
hmm
But I am excited to see that, like, for some reason with this one in particular, unfortunately, kind of kickstarted a super big thing where like multiple cities are going crazy right now instead of just like one, and then like a
Yeah,
month later we don't hear about it anymore. It's like, yo, people in Miami right now are going crazy. People in Kentucky are going crazy.
crazy.
Obviously,
Yeah,
obviously New York always stands up.
Yeah, Atlanta, Portland, Oakland,
LA,
downtown LA.
yeah,
I never seen nothing like this, man. Nothing.
yep.
We are living in history right now. We are dead smack. Listen, in
I am
history.
happy though that there is like peaceful protests among all the violence that's going on today.
Yeah, that's what we try.
But whether those peaceful protests are gonna make an impact, I don't know. But
Um,
at least they're still happening.
It's,
that's actually
we're trying. We're trying. I was proud of our community. Brentwood. I felt proud.
Yeah, let's talk
You
about that real quick. Will, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Like, what was your vibe? Like, how did you essentially feel going to that protest?
Um, Going there, I was seeing what was happening, see what they were doing, because I already knew it was gonna be a peaceful protest. Because where they picked it was in by the soccer fields. Usually, like there's like nothing around. In fact, like you have to walk a good distance and stuff, and like it's like from college, so nothing was gonna get out of hand. If someone's gonna loot, what the fuck you gonna loot? Can't loot anything. You can't go anywhere and like, oh, bro,
Not a
yeah,
damn
oh, I
thing.
want some snacks from the little store by the fields. Oh, I want a computer from the college. No, ain't nobody gonna do nothing. So that to me is already like from a good start. I was like, all right, cool. Um, it was good when we get there. They were having, I guess you could say, speeches from people. talking about the experience stuff. So that was also good. Even if when that I guess he was a politician, and like when the people were saying, "Yo, get the fuck off the mic, get off there, get off there," I was like, you know what? That's kind of facts. Like why are you
That's
here?
hard.
Like, yeah, like why are you here, my guy? Like you could have done something way before this. You could have like maybe fixed some stuff going on in Brentwood and like schools and shit. But you come here when there's a protest. Let me show my face. I know there's gonna be cameras there, so I was like, you know, that's facts. Yeah, get off the
Damn,
mic.
that's hard. I want to see
Yeah, he
that.
came for publicity.
It's all about face,
Yeah, so
man.
I'm like,
All,
come on, do something else. Like, don't come in here trying to be like, yo, I'm here for you. Nah, bro, show it through like bills and stuff. Show it like you actually support this community. Don't come when you have a attention, a spotlight. Get the hell out of here. But yeah, it was good.
Mm.
And people again, like it was a busy street as well. So like that's like a street people usually go through. So they was getting people honking. A lot of people were honking, saying, yeah, let's get it, putting their fists out, and it was peaceful. And fucking cops was a beat shit.
You
Yeah,
know,
people were like putting their
fucking.
fists out.
like yo, beep beep beep
Beep beep
beep.
beep beep, fist out.
Touch
You
beep.
mean to tell me at the protest niggas are still New York niggas? That's fire.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll
They
send you some of the content
Let's
afterwards
Yeah.
of
get
the
it.
protesters.
they throwing out their fists out in the
They got the car. They
car.
got
Like,
like
yo,
Yeah.
casual blasting. They got fucking. They got straight out of Compton stuff. I was like, oh
Bro, that's
they
fire.
blasting the classic music, some
yeah,
Kendrick and out there. Yo,
they
turn
was
it
doing
up.
it.
Someone was blasting "This Is America."
Mhm. So to me, it was a good ass
Damn.
protest. They did good on that one. And fucking cops ain't doing nothing. That's pretty good. They can stay the fuck away. Not getting close to
I
the.
didn't check the news, so I didn't know if like that made it on the news or anything, and I'm hoping it did because like because of that protest, I was already active, but I just felt a different level of active than reposting and talking to different people on social media.
Mhm.
Mm.
When you're like in person, there's like a different sort of like strength and like support you get when you're right next to somebody supporting the same thing.
Mhm.
Mm. Yeah, community is everything.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. It was a different energy I felt out there. It was like a part of something, making a difference, get my voice out there heard, and just and that lady that came up to us around me
Mm.
and asking us to, ask for our feelings and like why we here. It was a nice feeling. If I
Yeah.
do it again, I do it again, 100 times over.
Mhm. And it was on
Cause
News
I
12, Rami. They made an article
it
about it. Yeah,
was.
they made an article about it.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
yeah.
Cool, cool.
All right, some positivity before we go into this lovely thing of how we have a police system basically built against us.
So
Mm,
yeah.
yeah, no, that's fact. That's how it started.
It's like it's literally like what do you think? Well, I know you guys know, but just tell me what is the main goal of a cop basically? What are they really protecting?
To protect corporate interests and whiteness. Probably whiteness first and then corporate interests. I would go with that.
Mhm.
I mean, it was created by white, so I
Mm-hmm.
guess it only makes sense.
I just don't feel safe. Like, cops are supposed to be, protecting our communities, people, and when I see a cop, I just feel like, damn, in an instant, shit could go south. I could get popped. I'll be just another, young black man in America, and it just, I can't, It makes me sick. What's going on,
Yeah.
and I just can't see good cops. A few bad apples that people saying about. There's no such thing as a few bad apples. It's all of them. I
Yeah,
can't.
you can't,
I just don't feel
as a
safe.
police officer,
Oh,
be a bad apple.
bad.
Like that, the risk, like literally when you're watching these videos of like shit going wrong, it's usually the cop that's overreacting because he doesn't know how to handle people recording him. And now he's trying to
Mhm.
like make an example, but he's not
Uh-huh.
really sure what to do. So he's just like, oh, let me arrest this guy in front of me or whatever.
Mhm.
That's what happens when you have like 8 weeks of training, which is like 2 months. It's
Mm.
crazy. Like, where else in life do you get a certification just for doing some shit for like 2 weeks? And then in that 2 weeks, like, what are you even really doing? Just like working out and learning how to shoot guns? That's it?
Yep. Just obstacle courses, running around, physical tests. mental test,
They
blah
have
blah
a mental
blah.
test?
Boom, here's the
Yeah,
Oh,
code.
that's surprising.
they
Yeah.
do. What they do in the beginning
Uh-huh.
is that they'll call you in. They'll give you they'll get you into the force if you pass the test, and then they'll give you like questionnaires and stuff. Then they give you a physical exam. You do a physical exam, whatever that is. Then they do a mental exam. NYPD, they don't do lie detector stuff like they do, so it depends on what. And so they just, I guess, I don't know what the fuck they ask. They ask you questions, and then if you pass that, you go to the
Some
academy,
bullshit
and you do
questions.
like you take tests, and you do all this other stuff, and it's like, all right, whatever. But it's like 8 weeks, and like I feel like it's like
Nah, they need to. It needs to
they
be
need to
like a
up it up.
6 month program
What?
Yeah,
for
they
real.
need to up it up. So like,
I think more than 6 months at this, just for right now, because it's too corrupt for 6 months. We need a longer time period to really weed out like a lot of the toxic shit in there.
A
So
few bad apples, what they
that
say.
is true.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
Because
I don't know how to.
we have. Wait, you go first.
I would say they definitely like need to like in order to be a cop, you definitely should have like some sort of college degree in like criminal justice and like history, and then like a
mm,
racial bias and a sexism, like any kind of ism, any kind of rainbow flag Twitter kind of thing. Like you need to understand all that shit
mm-hmm.
before you can be a
Yep.
cop. That way, when you're in a situation, because sometimes you'll think you're being normal and being cool, and then later find out it's problematic, and you legit didn't even know. You weren't even trying to be problematic.
Mm-hmm.
So like all of those biases need to be addressed while you're doing this college course. You can't just learn how to shoot a gun and then get a badge and then like, hey, go be a police officer now. Like it's not enough. They need more training.
It's just too easy to get in there.
I
Too
actually
too
agree with
easy.
that.
Actually, for
Because
NYPD, you need 2 years. It's community college site, so it's not that hard to get to. I got that. Um, but then it's like 2 years, and I forgot you. It doesn't matter like the grade in a way. If you get a fucking like A, it's good. You be on top of the list. C, you're like low in the list. That's how they do it. And then I know Suffolk they do no college degree, high school degree straight off the bat. Doesn't matter. And then it's
That's tough for
95
Suffolk.
and above. That's a problem. Like what high school degree? And it's 95 and above to get in. And in Spanish, it's speaking, it's 90 and above. But like, because it's a small force, but like still, like the people on Suffolk ain't really that good to be honest. Like like I remember,
And aren't they like the highest
yeah, they're the
paid?
highest paid. People go from
yeah,
the FBI to Suffolk because they get paid dumb money to just patrol. They don't
God
even go in the
damn, son.
community. I don't know what they do. Like they don't do anything for the community.
They
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 don't,
just
don't.
patrol around, watch, and
they
that's
don't
it. Like, all right,
just run around,
we
man.
get our quota. That's
Yo,
all
this
they
is
do.
they chill in the
Puerto
corners and
Rican
give speeding
community. Let's
tickets.
just go harass them for no reason.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They don't do anything. They don't go and be like, hey, what's up? How y'all doing? Nah, they don't do that crap. They don't try to be in the community.
I feel like we should also do more social events. I'm not saying
Mm.
always, but there should be more. You don't think
Like
so?
more
Like social
involved
events?
into the community.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
Okay,
say by
okay.
social events.
I'm like,
I don't mean like,
they have the
yeah, come have an ice cream social or some shit.
Pizza party type
yeah. Don't they
type
have
vibe.
the police athletic league or something like that? The PAL thing. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about recently.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah.
don't
Me
remember.
neither.
Well, before COVID, but you know,
Yeah. I mean, they kind of do it for show, but not
Mm-hmm.
to seriously be integrated into the
Not
community.
Mm-hmm.
that's what they force it more force.
Yeah, it just becomes about just politics at the end of the day. Is really all it
Yeah,
is.
try to
yeah,
Oh,
more or
trying to
less.
be like, hey, look what we do in the
uh,
community, but actually, you guys are not a part
and
of it.
Definitely
they don't give a fuck.
more of a
I,
look at us kind of thing.
yeah, I bet you none of those cops live in Brentwood. Probably most of them living somewhere like in Levittown or something.
Yeah, they live
Yeah,
far
Probably
away,
Dix
son.
Hills or
They,
big
something.
That's another.
Hill.
yep. They
We need
they got to commute to work.
They don't
that's
know.
that's
They
fact.
don't live in this.
That's also a problem. You have to
Yeah,
have
that's the
people
problem.
from the community policing the community. Can't just have
Yep.
like some random dude that lives in Staten Island
You know,
Mm-hmm.
come from
Mm-hmm.
all the way from Brentwood
like
and
it's
shit.
like, oh, I gotta drive all the way over here and commute to work each morning, each night, some shit like that. They don't live in this town. They don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, facts. They don't know the people.
It's another
They're just
paycheck.
here for a check and then they go home. They don't know about little Tito over there that's trying to be a rapper or something. I don't know.
Yep. The bodegas, they don't know about the little stores, those small businesses out here. They don't know.
There is
It's
one thing I
cold.
want to bring up though. After you're done, Chad.
Yeah, it's cold. You know, as if they was more involved in the community, they at least like show. I feel like you have like more respect for them, but for them not being like around here, just not a pig in a costume,
Yeah,
ready to
for real.
shoot us up.
It's not like we want
Pig
to
in a
hate
costume. That's
cops.
accurate.
It's just we have no choice at this point.
Mm-hmm. With all the
Hmm.
killings, of innocent people, the people they're supposed to protect, and they do
Yeah.
that,
Mm,
and then
that's why.
harassing
Even if
us as
y'all were
well.
on Twitter today, where y'all seen the pictures of like some protesters have to get like their eyes removed because they were getting hit with a bullet
Yeah,
in the eye.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw a post about that. Girl got shot in the eye. Oh,
Yeah, her,
the
her
images,
whole face is
disgusting.
swollen. This other
Oh,
white kid just
uh,
who just came out of surgery and just had to have his whole eye removed.
God, Jesus.
it's like they don't
And it's
know
like,
how to react in a riot situation or in a big protest situation that has an opportunity to get aggressive.
Hmm.
But
They don't
usually
know
it's like it's aggressive.
they don't know how to act
Mm.
in certain situations. I feel like their training is not as if like they don't train as much in those situations. Like with mentally ill people, with black people, they're not
That's
trained. They're not.
facts.
I feel like they don't have. No one taught them how to interact when someone's being aggressive. Because when someone's being aggressive, they start to become aggressive. But the person
Unless
like
they're
is just
white.
like, yo, why you? Yeah, unless they're white, and the person could be like, yo, why are you pulling me over? They go like, you don't even know that. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Just tell me why am I pulled over? Like, don't get all like, don't just be like, oh, you don't even know about that. You don't know what I'm pulling you over for.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's not like because he knows he pulled him over for no reason. So it's like, come on.
Yeah. It's a lot of
So like,
small dick energy in the
yep,
police.
pretty much. Hmm.
yep.
And like I don't know, like that's one of the things. Even though, oh, excuse me, our protest didn't get violent, I still appreciate how the police acted. Like they weren't necessarily like with the move with the protests, which whatever, but the fact that they stayed like a reasonable distance and just really did their
Hmm.
jobs honestly for once in their lives, I'll give them props for that one.
Yeah, because if a cop would have came out and done something, it would have been bad. So like they stay in their cars and
Oh,
just waited.
not
Like, all right,
yep.
oh,
Stay from a
yeah,
distance. Look.
just watch them. That's it.
Like they saw people were moving, they moved further back to allow them to move. But they probably did give like a guideline that you can't go towards Walmart or the
See, that's a
stores or yada
thing, bro.
yada.
You can't. The police can't tell you where you can and can't protest at this point.
Yeah,
That's not.
That's gonna be a whole nother problem.
Yeah. The
yeah. But
point of
obviously,
a
no.
protest is to shake some shit up, not
Mhm.
be guided and have your hand held while you're, I don't know, essentially having a tantrum, which is
Mhm.
how that might come off.
Right? Like they're like the source of the problem, and they telling us what to do. Trying to
Yeah, yeah.
or
Have your little protest over here. Just stay away from these white-owned businesses.
Mhm.
Essentially, yeah, that's what that fucking was.
I mean, like I feel like the protest is picked that spot. I mean, that's a busy street. Because why are you going to Walmart to protest? That's like Walmart. That's like there's nothing. There's like no point in Walmart or like in anything
right?
around there. Because like I feel like the Brentwood Fields is such a place in Brentwood. It's a big place. Everybody knows the fields, bro. You talk about the fields, everybody knows that place. Like you say,
Yeah,
oh,
ain't nobody gonna destroy their fields,
yeah,
man. Like all them, like,
yeah.
like go over there
That's
and
like a sacred place out
do
here.
their activities in there. Ain't nobody touching that field, ruining it. Nah, not in this
Nah, it's
community.
not. So like having a protest in that place where everybody knows is like I feel like the best place to have it. And
Yep.
like it's a busy street too. Get people looking, get people watching. That to me is a good protest.
But like, there's so much stuff that's wrong within the police community, especially now. There's probably a better way to word this, but I'm sticking to saying it's like a cop gang
Oh, it
mentality.
is.
How
They,
kind of like a good cop would be afraid
Let's
to
speak up.
stand out because essentially all the negative backlash they would receive from it.
So yes, cops are definitely a gang. Period. It's not gang like they are gang, and this whole like arresting thousands of people instead of just arresting the four officers that fucked up is kind of proving the point. They're just trying to keep their essentially their foot on our necks and their power that they have
Yep.
over the people. That's why they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because if you
Yeah.
want out
Because
and arrest him and charge him as a murderer and give him maximum time or whatever, all the other cops become scared to be cops because they're probably doing some fuck shit, maybe not putting their foot on somebody's neck, but they're definitely taking advantage of being a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
And they're scared. They're being scared of getting some backlash and shit. So they need to reestablish this, like, no, we're the cops, you listen to us. So that's why shit's going the way that it's going.
I guess that leads to basically the people versus police, which is going to be something that's going to be ongoing for God knows how long, probably forever, which I
yes,
hope it's not.
I don't see an end to that. It's always gonna be that problem between people and police. Even in the communities like over in Brooklyn, everybody people's gonna hate cops regardless, no
Different.
matter what happens.
Next.
So it's gonna have that that little dislike for each other. So it's gonna be
Like,
there.
do you really just believe though our only option is to just really do like violence?
I don't see how we get to equality without it.
We can march, peaceful protests, all, and next week we're gonna forget about it. That's another black guy gets killed, black kid gets killed, black girl gets killed. We protest, speak, and it's gonna be a
Man,
cycle.
even
But
if, bro,
now we,
the problem is
uh-huh,
like racism. Like we got to get rid of that. I don't. How are you politely gonna ask racism to go away? I don't get it.
can't,
That's
can't.
true. It's impossible. There's no like every scenario you would come up with would be something that would happen in like a freaking movie or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, doesn't work. Doesn't matter how many mixed kids you have. It doesn't like interracial dating or whatever. I don't know why people think that that's an answer. It's not.
Then that's something else on its own.
That's weird. People think that that's the answer. I'm just like no, these people are racist. They teach their kids to be racist,
Mm-hmm.
probably subconsciously,
Yeah,
sometimes on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
like, you don't get born racist. You get
Mm-hmm.
taught to
Yeah,
be.
facts.
You know, and
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
that's what these parents are doing to the kids, feeding these kids lies and these mixed feelings about the other race. That's what it is.
It
It's the
starts
parents. It's how we raise the kids.
when you on the playground and little Timmy's mom's like, I don't want you to
Yeah,
play with him, and he's just like, why? Because I just
why?
don't want you to play with him. Well, that's when
Yeah,
it starts.
I
Mm-hmm.
think. Yeah, yep. Kids will
Mm.
see it. They just like let's play. Let's play.
Legit.
Have fun together. Do these activities. Enjoy your company. But it's the parents that hey, let's not go over there to the little dark one. Let's go here.
Yeah, facts.
Let's go to the good. That's what it is.
Yeah, shit's
That's what's
weird.
being taught to these kids, man. Hmm.
So like I guess the only way we could really protect ourselves is with violence
Well,
at this point,
I'll
which I really
say
don't want it to be,
that
but
I mean I wish education is a big part. I feel like education is really slacking in America, man. Like I feel like these racist places like in the South or like towns that are just solely white and like they get taught in a certain way where it's like pretty much just white people and they don't interact with like other people, other races and stuff. It's like bad.
Yeah, that's
Like they
super
need to
big.
like I feel like these suburbs or these places, towns with white people, they just want to be white people. So it's like you can't. So like those kids don't have an opportunity just to get into that area of just like, oh, let me integrate, so let me talk to other races because they only see white people, and then and whatever the parents teach them about other races is what they gonna learn from them, and like they,
Or what they see on TV and shit.
yeah, what they see on TV or what their friends
Yep.
see on the internet, and they're like, oh, yo, what about all that stuff, or like them being a certain like
Yep.
party and
And,
stuff. So it's like it's tough,
hmm
and I wish like
and TV don't really show the full
mhm,
picture because the news gonna show black people looting, but in reality, it's the white people starting
mhm,
everything.
Literally every time.
You know,
Every time.
makes us
and
look
yeah,
bad.
it's bad on them. It's like
Hmm.
you wish that education does really actually does something, in our country that could like enlighten these kids from like their parents' views and hopefully get to a better place without having
Yeah,
racism around. But like what
that's
you
also
said,
another issue.
yeah, what you saying about violence, I feel like communities should start defending themselves instead of letting the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do
That's
we
how the
need a
gang started.
police? Yeah, that's how Black Panther started. That's what Malcolm X said. That's what
That's
these
how all the
people.
gang
That's
started.
that's what.
Crips, Bloods.
Yeah,
Wakanda
that's
forever.
what these people back in the day said. They were for the community. They said like you could come, but we police the community. We ourselves, because we know what we deal with, not freaking
Yeah, that's
cops.
true.
And like Malcolm X always said, protect your own community. Don't let them do it because you know they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna protect you.
They're not gonna do it right.
Yeah. So we have our right to protect ourselves. Protect ourselves. So like with that, like you don't need to insert violence. Just protect the community. If they do something, if they go ahead and trying to be violent with you, that's when you throw violence at them. But they know, like, hey, look, man, like we are trying to just protect ourselves, trying to live a better life. Don't do anything.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Like we don't need violence, but if they do it, it's like, come on. What you expect? You expect not people to get violent? You
Yeah,
when you go and kneel on a
yeah.
person's neck, you don't expect shit to pop off? Like what are you
You
talking about?
to say he died of underlying conditions. Like, no, we watched the video. He had
Yeah.
a
We watched the man die live. Watched it, man. He was crying out to his mom, son.
And his mom was dead
And
before that.
Speaking of that too. Oh,
His mom been
neck.
dead.
like,
wait, continue first.
He stopped resisting, and you still had three officers pinning him down, and one with his foot on it. Where in like you're not even supposed to do that if you're a cop. You're not even. That's not even in your training to have
Hmm.
your foot on somebody's. Where do they do that at?
I guess up
White
there.
people.
And he had handcuffs on. What he's gonna do? Just tie his
yeah,
legs up if he's not
like
resisting. If he's resisting,
yeah,
just put him down, tie his legs up, like,
he
yo, chill out.
posed
What about
zero
it?
threat.
Y'all have
Zero
tasers.
threat.
Hmm.
It's like
That's
it's
true.
three of them on top of him, handcuffed on his belly.
Hmm.
What is he gonna do,
Yeah.
man? What is he doing? He ain't doing shit. Can't do nothing, son. And the sad thing I learned too, like it was the anniversary of his mom's death on the same day he died. It was 2 years. It marked 2 years when she passed away, and the same day his life was taken was the same day his mom passed away. Those 2 years ago,
Yeah,
and
and now he's a martyr for a cause he didn't ask to be a cause martyr for.
Hmm.
Fucking
that's
ridiculous.
something else, man. That is something else.
So when you put your knee on a man, don't expect violence at that point. Don't be like, oh wow, I didn't know you was gonna do all this. No, and you didn't arrest the group, like the people that did it. It's like a day after. Like you took a day
Yep,
after. Like
that's
if a
because
black person or like a other race kill someone, boom, cops are on them. Hey yo, bro, let's go. Nah,
Facts.
this one has videotape been played about. We won't wait a day. And the other three cops that was there, because they could be charged with felony murder because they were there cooperating with the man because they didn't tell him to
yeah,
stop.
there was
So but they're still out.
Website, associates.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still walking on here, man.
So
Yeah, probably in their rooms right now.
Yeah,
God knows what they're doing.
one cop just standing there, two other ones on top of the
Yo, and the cop,
board.
he had a history of doing shit like this, of being more aggressive than he needed to be. Like he has a record.
yep. I think before this, it
Mm.
was 5 people that was like killed when he was around the area. Hmm.
Yeah,
She,
all that
And
shit
they
was dismissed.
Yep. And it because there's no video, and they kept him on. And look what happens. What do you expect? He did it like 5 times. He did once should be enough to be like, all right, what are you doing? Like what? Like I'm about to take you out. Like just get out. Nah.
that's why there's
Hmm.
power in videos.
Oh,
I'm really happy that we live in a day that we can literally whip out our phones, record something, post it, and everyone in the world can find
yeah,
out about it. Especially like granted, yeah, police have body cams,
They
but
turn that shit off. That's just
that itself I
they
can't
yeah,
really.
it's
Yeah,
not reliable, son. It's
I
not.
don't trust
Not
that.
every agency puts that there. Not every agency be like, oh, wear a body cam. And maybe some of them turns it on,
even if
turns
they
it
do.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and say, "Oh, it glitched." So I don't know why it wasn't recording during the time of this
I
incident.
don't know why conveniently right before I fucked up and then right after I fucked up it wasn't working. I don't know. I didn't know.
Yeah. Technical difficulties.
Meanwhile, if we have a bystander recording it, like that's the solid truth. There's no way to like
Even
even
with the
try to
Eric
twist
Gardner
that.
shit, the I believe the person that recorded the video of the Eric Gardner being choked out got murdered mysteriously.
Well,
That sucks because it's like you want to try to help in your own way, but there's still something that
Yeah.
comes from doing that. There shouldn't be like a negative from you wanting to help when you're too afraid to physically go up
Yeah.
and like push a cop off
It
somebody.
just hurt like all those
Yeah,
people just SWAT,
that
standing there and they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing to help him because they're putting their lives also at danger. It's like if they try to help him, even though had to, his knee on his goddamn neck, what can they do? They can't do nothing because as soon as they get close, another body drop.
yep.
Yep. So the next best thing is to try to record it and post
Social
it.
media is powerful too.
And then God forbid someone comes after
Also,
you for that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Another thing.
like now with police
Power.
brutality and stuff, like people see it. So now social media is actually powerful. Like back in the day, you probably couldn't see any of this. You just heard someone, what happened to them. But
Yep.
now it's like, boom, you see, like, oh wow.
Like it's like who knows how many lives been taken without off camera.
Mm-hmm.
Could be so much lives could have been
too
taken
many.
we don't know about.
Mm-hmm. They could just say, oh, he was doing something else. He was, I didn't shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't shoot him because I wanted to. He was doing something else.
False police reports.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he was
resisting.
resisting when really he probably couldn't even resist. He probably had like a broken
Mm-hmm.
arm and was
Yep.
probably crying. But
We
we
don't
don't know
know.
that. We only have the
Police,
police report of him saying he resisted.
simple as that. So many lives could be taken we don't know about. It's fucking sad.
That's why I always urge to please take pictures and please record. That evidence, even though you think it's not going to help, it will help somewhere along the line. Even if you don't want to post it under your real name, you want to use in some sort of alias or whatever, alias, whatever that damn word is, that's cool. Just put it out there. Your voice is not small. And so, with that, I'm going to wish everyone to be safe. Please stay safe out there. We do not promote violence as such, going about to burning down
Burn down the
targets.
establishment, man. As long as it's white on.
That's him. That's him. That is not this channel. That is not
He ain't
myself.
wrong, bro. He been saying, please be up in the corporations, bro. They don't care about us.
Just
Welcome
make sure.
You want to fight a police or
Yeah, don't blame black business. Don't do that.
Oh yeah. Don't burn down small business. Come on.
that's
They
him.
don't need to do all that.
You want to punch a police officer? Cool.
Yeah.
Don't burn down somebody's business that they put their life and soul into it. Don't break someone's camera. Don't run over a protester. Don't do anything to
Just
hurt the people who
think a
are.
little bit.
Burn
People, just
the precincts
come on.
down. About the precincts. Burn the precincts down.
Yeah.
All right, we don't
If
condone
you're white, bro,
violence.
I'm just saying punch a
Don't
police
condone
officer.
violence. If you do any of that, it's not our fault, all right? That's
but if you happen
Hold
to do some shit you're not supposed to do,
that's on you.
make sure it's white-owned business.
Yeah,
Make sure it's white.
that's on you. That's not on us. We didn't disclaimer.
Sweet. Don't tell us.
And so with that, stay safe out there and stay